This is the Nick Vertucci Show. Let's go.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Chat Pro.
It's not the Nick Vertucci Show. That's a great show. This is the Hustler Casino Live pregame show. We have the Anti-Game 2.0 tonight. It's gonna be great entertainment. I don't know if it'll be great poker, but it'll be great entertainment as usual. We're gonna go through the lineup shortly. My man Jay Boogie is going to be joining me soon. I talked to him, he was just in some traffic. And also we have some big news that Ryan Feldman is going to deliver whenever he comes downstairs and joins us as well. So before we get into tonight's game, let's recap what happened last night on Hustler Casino Live. It was Max Payne Monday. It was an interesting one. The vibe at the table was weird, and there was tension, and it was reality TV. It was probably a nice escape for most of you at home, and it was kind of painful for those of us at the table, and that's how it goes sometimes. It got shorthanded. That's normally my favorite. I did not do well. I really punted it off last night, and that's gonna happen from time to time. And Sashimi had a great night. Her and Lynn played, I believe, the biggest pot in the history of Max Payne Monday last night. Here he is, Jay Boogie, star of tonight's show. Here.
All right, I'm coming.
All right, he's already mic'd up.
Mic'd up and ready to go.
So yeah, that we don't need to recap it too much.
You can get any coffee?
You can go back and watch.
Yeah.
Your coffee's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I asked for one simple thing, a latte, you know? God damn it.
Yeah. So.
Don't make me tilt already.
Neither of us really tilt.
No, not really.
How come we're so
Did
even
you?
keel?
I don't know. I think it's just the way I was raised, you know?
Yeah.
You tilted last night, huh? I didn't see. I saw the result.
It was
which
worse.
made me tilt.
It was worse than the result you saw.
Oh, really?
Much
Okay.
worse. Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah. Last night I was just telling the people I want to recap each pregame show. I want to recap the night before on Hustler Casino Live. Max Payne Monday was a little bit painful. It was the vibe was bad. DK left early. People busted, and
why was the vibe bad?
I don't know. There were 5 women at the table, and I'm not going to say that's the reason.
Got a little cattiness?
It got a little catty.
Okay.
Sashimi, who we both know to have a good heart,
yeah,
has kind of she's overdoing a little bit with the needles.
Right.
And or
Some
picking the
people
wrong
take
time,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And slow rolling in the wrong spots. And it's okay. She's learning. She's a star, but she's becoming a villain. I don't know if she wants to be or not, but she's becoming a villain. And
so who was getting into it with her? Was it like Hillary, or was it I don't know?
All the other
characters.
women.
All the other women were just
they had it. Not the robot.
What about Lynn?
Yeah, I mean, just
Lynn
like friendly banter,
yeah.
but they're sitting next to each other.
Lynn gives it and takes it pretty even. Keel.
Yeah, Lynn was asking if she could throw chips at her. She asked if she would be barred, and I said, no, you would be welcome back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so it did get, it got crazier.
And that's what I've always said our show is. The production is so amazing. It's not some grainy poker show where you're just looking at the graphics and saying, oh, that hand looks good on that board. No.
Right.
Hustler Casino Live is about the people, right?
For sure. The characters.
Yeah, and there were characters. It was not your normal, oh, wow, all these people love each other and they're having fun gambling and drinking. Wow, there's tension right now.
No matter how good the group is and how good of friends, like, there's certain nights where you just want to kill each other, honestly. And the app I play in and live when I play, I love all the guys we play with here. I honestly really think everyone's a good, solid person that plays in our Tuesday night game. But there's nights when I'm just like, I've fucking had enough. You know?
Well,
I'm sure you feel the same.
We call it HCL family, Hustle Casino Life family, and you know in any family, there's going to be bickering, and there's going to be fighting, and then it'll get worked out, and then there'll be the nights where everything's good.
Exactly.
And I'm here for. I love all of it.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm up there, right? Being at the table when the vibe's bad is not the best, but
feel ya.
that's okay. So that's a quick recap of that show. You can watch it whenever you want. All of our shows are available on the channel for free. Forever, hopefully, as long as people keep subscribing, we keep growing, and they keep hitting the thumbs up early every show. The stuff's going to be free. And
Awesome.
I've already mentioned this once. I'm going to mention it one more time before we talk about tonight's lineup and take some Q&A. But we got a big announcement coming.
What's that?
I don't want to spoil it, but Ryan Feldman's going to come downstairs. He's going to sit right here, and
Oh, shit.
I don't know if he's firing me or no. I think it's bigger than that.
Yeah, that would just be
That's just
regular whole
whatever.
news. It's
Yeah.
like a weekly thing.
So, it is it's a really exciting announcement, honestly.
Awesome.
And so that'll come up in a bit. Let's talk about tonight's game, the lineup, and then let's do some Q&A. If you guys want to ask questions, you can ask me some, but Jeremy's going to be playing tonight. You ask him, and let's go through the lineup. So
Okay.
it's Any Game 2.0. Do you like this better?
I do. Yeah, I like it better.
Everyone
Especially
puts
since
in
I've won the last couple weeks.
You're
I
crushing.
love any game where
You're
I'm winning.
giving back to the chat pros too, man.
Yeah, I think I have to continue that, even though Chat Pros, I've lost a ton of money this week in other games, but we won't talk about that.
No.
But I think I have to carry on with the good juju, and like the 2% has been lucky.
So we're gonna do that again.
So we're going to do it again.
And there's a graphic.
Oh, look at that. Someone's helping us.
Look who's front and center.
Oh, man.
God.
That's a good looking man right
They
there.
put
Who is it?
Luda on the side, and they got
Luda's like the 4th star of this show.
the X Factor and J Boogie in the middle.
Pepe. Look at
And
Pepe. I love Pepe.
Ryan points out that you have the biggest noggin.
I do, but I think it's because he put me so close.
You gotta put the
gotta
star.
me back,
Ryan's
you know?
not an idiot. You gotta put the star in the middle.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Oh,
Very
so
concentrated.
Ryan's pointing out that you asked for new photos since you lost weight, and that's the updated one.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you're
I
looking.
feel like I'm looking a little trimmer.
You're looking like a stallion. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you can see 4 of the gentlemen playing tonight. Ludacris, he's must-see TV.
Must see.
Most fascinating player that plays on any night on our show?
He's up there for sure.
He's a sicko.
He's a sicko. I've had my biggest wins and biggest losses against him. He's definitely my nemesis at the table. I think he's everyone's nemesis.
He's
That's the thing.
capable of playing above the rim, and he's also capable of just punting like no other.
Yeah, like the last week, I think he lost 75,000 on the last hand to Francisco.
Just
Just
stone
blasting
cold
with
punt.
4
Yeah,
high.
beautiful.
On like a 8 deuce where Francisco just check calling his way down to another 100K win. The pro.
The Ludacris, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the pro's playing tonight as well.
Oh, the pro's playing too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You got the X Factor, Mike X. I heard he had a rough night on Friday.
I didn't see it. It was really rough.
I think he lost maybe a
6
$250,000,
figures?
something like that.
Did he?
I don't know.
Was it that bad?
He lost a lot. He got cooler. He had ace king when Nick airball had aces, and like.
Oh, I saw
And Nick
that one
airball
hand.
was in a great squeeze spot. He's a luck box.
That was one lucky setup hand, that hand.
Yeah, and then J Boogie, of course, and tell me about Pepe El Jefe of LA.
I love Pepe.
He's great, right?
He brings like a great dynamic to the game. He's definitely action and plays pots.
Does it intimidate you when he has the $100 chip stuck to the middle of his forehead?
I don't know how he keeps it there. It just manages to stick beautifully.
Yeah,
It's like he's been practicing his whole life for this moment.
It's part of his. He's
It's
all about
intimidating.
mindset. He's meditating right now.
It's
We
like
know
a third
that.
eye.
He's working closely with Tommy Angelo. He's just all about mindfulness, and that's putting the 100 right here.
You can
It's just
see it.
it's just part of it. Yeah.
I agree. Mike X, it's going to be interesting. He's switching days on us. Like he usually plays Fridays and other days. He used to play the ante-game with us, and then he's moved up in stakes. So will he play normal? Will he punt at these stakes? Will he? I don't know.
How do you play in a smaller game after a big loss in a big game? I know I play terribly.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard.
Big John.
class act.
Does
Salt
anyone-
of the earth. Does anyone not
have
like Big John?
a bad thing to say about Big John?
No.
No.
There's nothing bad to say.
Patrick the Stud's gonna be here.
He'll impregnate you by just looking at you.
Yeah, he's
That's how handsome he is.
fucking hot and
And
fertile.
he'll
Not
fucking-
fertile, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
And he's mining Bitcoin like in his car now before he
Beast.
plays.
Eli, real estate Eli is gonna be joining you guys.
Loves split pots.
Why
He'll
does he love
probably
split
he'll
pots
probably
so
be
much?
wearing his hat.
We need to get him on here one time to ask him what his obsession with split pots is.
We do. Eli's a tough player.
Yes, he is.
Very tough. He's a very good reader of hands, I feel like.
Yeah, I've seen him make some great plays
he's
against
good.
Luda, especially.
Oh, he owns Luda.
He owns Luda's
Yeah.
face, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does.
So we got
I'd
quite
like
the,
to own Luda's face tonight, too.
quite the lineup. Pepe.
There's one person no one feels sad about when they lose, and that's Luda.
I do occasionally
Not really, though.
when it gets out of control.
Yeah. He does take it the best.
He
of
takes it the
anybody,
best.
Too.
That's why no one feels bad
He
for him.
laughs and he does the look away and he reaches in his
Yeah.
CVS bag and he's got so many weird like quirks like to him. But
he's great.
Yeah, I hope he's on his C game tonight. His A game is scary.
Yeah, he plays better when he's getting massaged.
Yeah, like but he's one of those people where winning or losing, he could just lose it at any time anyway.
Yes.
Where other people they play a certain way when they're winning or losing, you know?
Let's see. Someone wants to know. So yeah, fire away some questions. Someone wants to know, does Patrick have 10 kids? He does have 10 kids. That's how he got the nickname the Stud. What's the biggest pot you've won and lost?
I don't know. Do I want to say that stuff on here? I don't know.
Ryan says you have to.
Biggest one, I'd say it's close to like 200-ish. Biggest lost is more.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Are you going to the meetup game on the 26th?
I have to see if I'm able to. My fiance is about to give birth in like 7 weeks, so she's got like the leash on tight. And if you know what's good for you, chat pros, you listen during those last 7 weeks.
True.
You know?
True.
But if there's a meetup game, then you say, fuck you, and I have to go.
You know there are over 25 people from the show already have RSVP'd.
Really?
They're going to be out here and up here on February 26th.
What day of the week is
It's
that?
a Sunday. Starts at 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's a 2-3 no limit, $100 to $500 buy-in. We're gonna fill the whole Hustler.
If I come, I'm blasting off into outer space in that game.
Yes.
I'm all in on every hand.
And so it works. The way it works is typically if you do a meetup at a casino, the casino gives you part of the break. And so everyone has agreed to take that part of the break, and we're going to. First of all, we're gonna put someone in randomly in the game,
cool.
and then we're gonna give the rest to charity.
Awesome.
And when you say that, people, you see the good in people. Poker can bring out the bad in people, but when you talk about, let's do something family-oriented, a Hustler Casino Live family-oriented, and let's do it for charity, and people are snap saying yes. Mariano, who could go have his own meetup and make thousands, I'll do it for free. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He replies immediately. Mike X, I can't wait to be there. So
That's awesome.
The people would love it if one of the stars from the Tuesday night show, Barry Waltz, coming. You gotta come.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to make it. I will try to make that.
All right, Ryan, and what else do you got?
What's Ryan's big announcement? I'm really excited to know what this announcement
Well, I don't.
When is he coming down?
He's coming down in about 15 minutes. I don't think he wants me to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Is he getting me the latte? That's another important question.
Sorry, what did you say, Ryan? Is there anyone in the lineup you try and avoid for the most part? I know the answer is no.
No.
Jeremy wants to know if the big announcement is that he's going to get his latte.
Is there oat milk and is it unsweetened?
You're hangry for a latte.
I am a little hangry. No, why would I avoid anyone in this lineup? This lineup is juicy fruit. I want to play everybody.
What's your favorite moment so far on Hustler Casino Live? It's what we're at like a year and a half.
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
Probably when I lost 100K on my birthday and Ryan brought me the chocolate cake instead of vanilla. Nothing could go right that day. I literally
You can't
lost
eat
the
chocolate?
biggest. I can't eat chocolate, it gives me migraines, and Ryan brings me down. I lose the biggest pot I've ever lost in Hustler history. I think it's still the record for the Tuesday game. I lose to Chris. It's like 160K pot. Then Ryan brings me out a chocolate cake, and they're singing afterward. I want to kill somebody. Like, I literally wanted to form tackle whoever was bringing the cake. It's probably Tita, so I can't do that.
I was commentating that night.
Oh, my God.
It was your birthday. It wasn't going well. You lost.
And you're like, oh, good call with Gerry with knife hair on fucking...
Luda got you on your birthday, and then we sang happy birthday and brought you a cake that gives you migraines.
It was awful.
How about outside of Tuesday?
Favorite moment? Actually, one of my favorite moments was probably the first show I played. I played against Antonio and won, at the time, one of the biggest pots I'd won with aces against him. He tried to bluff me on the river.
You told him good bet after you called.
Yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, real good bet. I gave you 35,000, like good bet.
I think I was.
And I meant it sincerely, but like I don't say that anymore.
Yeah, I think I was in the booth for that one. That's the accidental needle, and those are great.
Accidental needle.
Yeah.
Because he's like one of the icons, you know?
Who would be your favorite to stack tonight? I can answer this for him. Luda.
I think Luda's everyone's favorite to stack. I probably won't be able to stack him because he'll buy on for infinite. Trying to think if there's anyone else I really like to stack. Francisco.
Okay, yeah, that guy's just on a heater.
On a heater, like he talks so much. When you're a pro, it's hard to lose.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
chances
blah,
of winning are very low.
Slim and blah, blah, blah.
So, people want to know about this 2% that you give away. This is really cool. It shows who you are, that you're a generous dude, you're a communal dude, you're a chat pro that has made it in life, and you want to give back to your fellow chat pros, and they want to know details of it. Basically, if he wins, he gives away 1% to 2 different people. And the way we do it is, I'm going to tweet something out when you start playing, and people have until tomorrow morning to retweet it, and they just have to follow you, me, and the show. And then I use a thing called Twitter Picker, I'm pretty sure it's called, and just randomly picks 2 people who follow you, me, the show, and retweet it. Basic.
Dude, so just follow Hustler Casino Live, follow Billy, follow me. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's 2%. I want you guys to come along for the ride and have a good free sweat. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, last 2 weeks we've won. Hopefully today we win big and somebody in the chat wins big.
Look at this. Dominic, who came to the last meetup game.
Who loses more at the meetup game than you or Feldman?
Let me tell you about this guy.
One.
This guy's amazing. I get to play with him. He gets it. He's just fun. He plays poker the way I like to play poker. Just have drinks, have fun. Don't try that hard. Bluff. Show it. Whatever. He was actually wearing the Never Waste Talent shirt that we got you. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember we got you that one?
Yeah.
Dominic in the chat was also wearing that one. Every serious chat pro should really focus on not wasting talent, right?
Yeah, I can't waste talent. So who of the chat pros are going to be at the meetup game that you're like excited to battle?
Me?
Yeah.
Jenks. I want to stack. It's a ritual.
Who talks the most shit to you on the chat
man.
pro? Like, who's your nemesis chat pro? Who hates on you the most? I know you know their name.
No, because when I'm commentating,
you're not seeing,
they know I'm a sensitive little boy, and so they're just nice.
And do you X people? Are you guys
I turn them into ghosts.
So you can't even see it?
Yeah, I mean, if they're like, commentator,
if they go over the line.
This announcer sucks, doesn't know anything. Say I won the night before. I'm like, oh, that's okay. I have understanding for you.
Right.
So I lost last night, a big number.
Yeah.
So make them.
That's it.
Turn them into ghosts.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Jenks, the social worker, he's a good guy. He's not a hater at all. But it's just it's just a ritual. I stack him and give him a fist bump and go to the next table. The way the meetup works is we're gonna have every single table at the Hustler. I think there are 40 tables.
Sorry, this is just a great name. Luda's CVS bag. I can't wait to get a J-Bugs down Zoom tonight. That's a great name.
Yeah, Luda's
CVS bag. Very creative name there.
So yeah, but Dom wants to know who's gonna lose more, me or Feldman. That's tough.
I don't know. Can I bet on both of you to lose a ton?
We both will.
Because I think you both will lose a ton.
Yeah, we're both gonna lose. So Luda's CVS bag can't wait for a doom zoom on you. Are you like me where if you get messed up in a hand, either someone puts a beat on you, they bluff you, they own your face, I feel the camera coming on my face.
Well, I know about it now because it's happened so much. The rebuy corner, doom zoom, the walk away. There's just a lot of ways they can get you. I don't really do the J Boogie walk off. I hope I don't have a reason to do it.
You haven't done one in a while.
I haven't done one in a while. Let's not root it into existence.
No.
But there's certain hands that I think you should do a little walk around. I'm actually being honest. Like, I think there's ways that you need to learn how to like manage your tilt and taking a walk, taking a few hands off, doing those things can actually be really helpful to your game.
I took a walk last night. It didn't help. Okay. I came back and kept losing, but.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like it's, especially like online too. It's affected me like where I need to like take a breather.
Maybe
don't snap rebuy. Don't. You know what I mean? Like take a break for a second.
Maybe the biggest misstep in the history of Hustle Casino Live is whoever made Nick Airball a moderator. He's blue. Huge. He's got a wrench.
Yeah.
What up?
Huge mistake.
I love the J Boogie walk off. Like the guys at Javier's pounding margaritas right now. You know that, right? Getting ready for his session tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
Jeez.
Shout out to Nick Airball. I do love him. Let's see. Who's he wear today for entertainment?
What's the big announcement? It's a big announcement. It's that we're never getting you that latte.
Fuck. I knew that was it.
No, it's something, I think it's a game changer. I'll just say that. I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to let Ryan do it. And it's not that Nick Airball is a mod in all caps. Like, that's what you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
No good chat pro fires in all caps over and over, but you know, Nick Airball's studying at Javier's. What a joke, man.
Joke.
He's just gonna sit down and cooler everyone and laugh at them.
He's perfect at getting aces in versus ace king. He's one of the best in the world at that.
One night.
I saw that, Nick. That wasn't very nice. Mike X, what did he do to you? Okay, I see him on the casino floor. He's practicing in 2-5 right now. Do you see Mike X?
Is he?
I see him right there, I think.
That's the 5-5-10.
It's either Mike X or it's a Mike X lookalike.
Yeah.
He's playing 5-5-10.
That's the 5-5-10.
You made him go down to 5-5-10. How do you feel, Nick?
Nick Airball did that.
Thanks a lot.
I'm a mod, suck it. Like, what the?
Mod, suck it.
Yeah, this guy. So
he's got a career in broadcasting, this one.
I remember when before he was this crusher, he was in this seat and he was doing his Nick Airball shimmy and he was like 10 shots of tequila deep, like just pawning it off, playing as bad as you can play, and then he got aces against kings, against jacks, and like just got all of it,
all the money,
stacked everyone,
yeah,
and the rest is history. The guy goes to Javier's 6 times a week.
Yeah. Steak fajitas, no problem.
Yeah, he's amazing. Ask Nick Airball some questions if you want. What do we got in here? Someone says, oh, Nick Airball feels sad. It's not about you, Nick. You're not playing tonight. You're afraid of this lineup. Yeah. Yes. Huge announcement coming. That's not even the huge announcement. Next Monday, there will be no Max Payne Monday. There's going to be super high stakes Monday.
Oh, that's the Keating, Chamath, Helmuth. It's going to be a great show.
The All-In podcast. Is that what it's called?
I don't know, but that's going to be a great show.
Yeah, that's next Monday. That's not the huge announcement.
Whenever Alan Keating plays, it's must-see TV.
Yeah, you've played quite a bit with him, yeah?
I have. And he's unbelievably, like, smart, and he's smarter than he gives off. Like, he's very perceptive and can play very, very good, I think. Yes. He likes to put on a show.
No, I go way back with him.
You know Keating.
I know him.
Yeah. Online, he's a fucking monster.
That's not even the big announcement. So you know the announcement's big if that's not even it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely big.
I mean, it might have to do with your latte. It might be about something entirely different.
Sexuality? You think he's gonna come out today to the world?
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's a normal announcement.
Why would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'd be curious that he would choose this platform, the pregame show of the Ante 2.0.
Yeah.
Is it the 2.0?
This is Ante-Game 2.0.
2.0.
Do you like my intro bit? So I'll be in the booth tonight while Jeremy's battling with Real Estate Eli, Francisco the Pro, Luda,
lineup,
Big
man.
John.
Who
Wait,
else do we have?
Dude,
Do we have all the players?
I didn't see Natucci's name on here.
Oh, Vertucci broke his losing streak. We didn't even talk about that.
He did. His balloons
I see
are
the
still-
11 balloons.
Danielle Moon Anderson.
I know.
Sent that.
What a troll.
She's a good troll.
She is. That was a good one.
Yeah, I go way back with her too.
So what is-
She's a good one.
So do you think Nick's going to start like a winning streak now, or do you think it's going to be
I think
back to losing?
well,
or
I
what
don't
do you
see him in
think?
the lineup tonight, so I assume
He's
just.
taking off. He just won once and he's done.
I think he's.
He'll probably be in the chat. He usually pops up when we say his name. Nick, are you there?
Oh, so maybe he's just that.
He's
that's
waiting,
it.
like he
It's a mic
waits.
drop.
Yeah, I
he
think
booked.
he booked the win.
He
and
won a
might
few
retire.
thousand because the pro punted to him, and
Oh, it was the pro who got him out.
the pro just like absolutely punted, like bottom pair in like a four-way pot, rep nothing, just like the top card pair giving Nick trips, and just like said here.
Take it, Nick.
Let me get you.
You need to get out of this purgatory.
Yeah.
All right.
So, chat, ask us some more questions. Let us know if you're coming to the meetup on February 26th. Oh, I should also tell you that not only are we filling the entire casino with 2-3 no limit, $100 to $500 buy-in, we're going to have a DJ. DJ Washburn's going to be spinning. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have HCL family shirts. We're going to have Hustle Casino Live stuff. We're going to give away a lot.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's great. And wait, what charity does it go to, or is it different charities?
Lauren's going to play.
Okay.
Magic's going to play.
That's another free 5,000.
Like, forget about like that we're giving to charity and
Like,
it's a nice fit. It's a sick day to earn if you're a grinder.
Man, if you're a grinder, like, come that day.
You get to play with Magic like that.
I mean, that's free money. You get to play with me, Feldman, you. I mean, like,
So
we're going to be giving it away
is it
if
your-
I'm coming.
Yeah, well, we got to find out.
I'm 70%.
Okay, you're 70%. Yeah, announcement coming in a few minutes. That's Ryan Feldman. Type in that. Are you going to go back to your short hair look? That's interesting. I've seen some highlights of you on some grainy stream. You had like a shaved head.
I had what you had.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I've asked around a lot, and the consensus is that I look better with hair and I look nicer.
You do.
But the bald head, you have like more of the bad boy look, I feel like.
I do?
Yeah.
I just.
Have you ever had long hair?
Yeah.
And which one do you prefer? This was nice because you don't have
easy.
to do anything. You
don't
just
do
roll out of
anything.
bed.
Yeah, you get your haircut every 2 weeks.
You know how long it takes to make this hair look like this?
Yeah,
At least
but it's
10
worth
seconds.
it. It's worth it, yeah. What's the date of the meetup? February 26th. If you're from out of town, there's a hotel down the street called the New Gardena Hotel. It's incredibly safe and clean and affordable. Just tell them you're with the Hustler, and you can even walk here from there. It's going to be the biggest party ever thrown in a poker room, and that's not hyperbole. Christian Soto's in the chat. He's 100% coming.
Nice.
You're gonna lose the Christian.
good.
Oh, his commentary's great.
Yeah.
But he's gonna. That's not like you're gonna lose to him if you're at your poker table.
I'm gonna lose to Christian.
Anyone will
Yeah.
on the meetup.
Yeah, he's good.
Like if me and you come to the table, it's gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, J-Bugs and DGAF are here.
We're gonna get our.
Christian comes, they're gonna be like, oh no,
They're
the
like-
pros here.
Yeah, Christian comes. They're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna lose a couple hundred this down or whatever.
You're not gonna believe it. Split pot Eli just walked into the room.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, he's checking in right now, and he's wearing his split pot hat. I just want to know, do you think he has multiple of the hats, or do you think it's just the same one?
It's just the same one.
There he is. Yeah, it's the same one.
He gets it dry cleaned every day.
With all those winnings, you think he could buy a new hat, maybe?
No, I mean,
But maybe it's lucky.
do you like split pots?
If they're really big, yes.
Okay.
You know I love to run twice.
Yes, you do. Any other questions for Jay Boogie before Ryan Feldman comes down and breaks some news that you're
This
gonna want to
announcement
hear?
better be so huge after this. Like
It's huge. I know what it is. I'm like, when you have a secret you're trying to keep and you're like, I want to say it, I want to
Yeah,
say
you're
it.
pretty good at keeping it. I think
Yeah.
I would have already just let it fly. Also, is the secret that they're not bringing the latte? Can you ask Ryan? Is that really the secret?
They're gonna
fucking
bring you
kill
a
him.
chocolate latte.
I'm gonna kill him, I swear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if Ryan just disappears after this.
I mean, I guess the big announcement we might have spoiled it. It might be that Nick Vertucci won a session.
It could be. Here's another question. What's the over-under on what time Chris will show up today?
Ludacris?
Yeah, he's always like an hour late now. He's like a local celebrity. Like, he can't come on time.
Yeah, they start watching.
He's so weird.
They start watching at 5 p.m. So let's say, I'll say the over.
6:15.
No. I'll set it at 5:30. Do you want
exactly?
Do you know? You don't have any insight in this, right?
No insight.
Do you want the over? You want it after 5:30 for a friendly 100?
He's been coming late every time, so yeah.
Okay.
You got 100
for a friendly 100.
Yeah.
I have. He's here by 5:30 is a split pot.
5:30 we split pot.
Okay.
I would love for him to walk in at 5:30. And let me specify, it's when he sits down. Last time he came and walked around the casino for 45 minutes.
Sure.
Do you agree? He's got to be sitting at the table.
When he sits down,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. I see Ryan.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he might be going to get the latte. Dude.
He's going to get your latte.
I see he's on his phone. Look at the way he moves. He's very nimble.
I was a little temperamental last night.
In the game?
Just in all ways.
To everybody?
To Ryan, too.
Really? Why, what
It
happened?
was like 95 degrees in here.
Oh, that's the worst. Especially when you're losing. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hello, honey.
Well, first of all, we got Starbucks for you. I couldn't come down until the Starbucks came.
Okay, good. Yeah, I wouldn't have come down either.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
So here, take yours.
Are you making your announcement now?
Yeah. But I had to delay it because your Starbucks wasn't here yet.
Are you wearing makeup?
No.
Okay, he looks so good. I don't know.
He's handsome.
That's
handsome
Thank
boy.
you.
I'll leave mine here.
All right, beautiful.
You got your
All right,
latte.
got it.
Now he can play.
I feel like we're on Sports
and not
Center
feel-
right now.
The big announcement is not that Nick Vertucci won a session, is it?
No, they already know that.
They already know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's happened
Is
many
it?
times. Not recently, but
Okay.
Not before the last 11.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is Ryan Feldman. This
Hi.
is the owner of Hustler Casino Live, and he's joining us on the pregame show to break some huge news. Ryan, go for it.
all right, sure. Without further ado.
Yeah. What is it?
So we've been working on something for the last few months, and we've been kind of waiting to announce it until we were ready. And we had decided recently that today was going to be the day we were going to announce it. And so after I announce it, we'll get into the details and
Sure.
wrinkles and things like that. But the big announcement is that in May, so about 3 months from now, we will be streaming a $1 million minimum buy-in game,
Wow.
the first of its kind in poker TV or poker live stream history. $1 million minimum buy-in for every player. It'll be live streamed on our YouTube channel on Hustler Casino Live. It'll be 501,000 blinds.
Jesus.
And we're excited. So we're confident that we're going to get a really sick lineup together. It might be multiple days. And this is something that we've been planning for months now. And we are announcing today. And we're really excited about it. So $1 million minimum buy-in game. We're calling it the $1 Million Game. It's very exciting. We'll put the graphic up now so you guys can see what our promotion graphic looks like. And
That's sick.
Nick and I are really excited about it. We've been planning this for months, behind the scenes, getting all the details together. And we feel like now is the right time to do it. So it's going to happen in May. It gives us a lot of time to prepare it, to get the lineups together, to players to get their funds here, for us to possibly get some big names, not just the local players, but we're going to really try to aim to get some of the biggest names in poker and also the biggest names outside of poker. So you can see the graphic there.
$1 million game.
I love it.
Do you have any players confirmed yet?
Can we guess some of the players?
I will say that nothing is confirmed because we decided to announce this and promote it without having anything like intact in concrete because we know we can pull it off and put it together. But we've had some preliminary talks behind the scenes, and so we know who is down to buy in for $1 million and who's willing to play. And so we kind of can go from there and build the whole lineup. But, you know, our goal is to get 2 really long days of games together. with different lineups.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's going to be our goal. So we're going to have at least 1 day, but possibly 2
I
days,
can
maybe
answer
3, who
this
knows?
question right now. Is Vertucci playing? No.
No,
He's not
of course
buying
not.
in for $1 million.
But I mean, you guys can all guess out there like who some of the players are that are playing.
Yeah.
But we're gonna aim for the stars. You know, we want this to be mainstream. We're not just trying to put something together that is big for the Hustler Casino Live family. Like, this is huge for the Hustler Casino Live family, right? But we want it to be big for all of poker. We want it to be big for mainstream for all of the world. We want this to reach people outside of poker, and we think that this is something that can. We did it it'll be about a year since the Mr. Beast game, the Ninja game.
I was going to ask if you think Mr. Beast would play.
I don't know, but we're
he's
gonna
on the
try.
list, probably.
We're gonna try. You know, we're gonna try for Mr. Beast. We're gonna try for people of
Kevin
that
Hart.
ilk. Yeah, we're gonna go for everyone. And we want this to be very, very special. We want this to be not only the most special game and the biggest game in Hustler Casino Live history, we want this to be the most special game in poker history. We want this to hit the mainstream so that, you know, your grandmother knows about this game. We want this to be the biggest deal possible where everyone's talking about it in the mainstream news. And so that's what we're hoping for.
It will be.
Last May, we did the Mr. Beast game that had, at peak, 37,000 concurrent viewers on our channel and over 70,000 concurrent on Ludwig's channel, which we were dual streaming to. So we had over 100,000 people watching at one point. It has millions of views on our channel and Ludwig's channel. It's obviously a big deal. So it'll be about a year since then. So we've been thinking, what can we do to top that, right? Well, we could get another game like that, right? Maybe get some bigger celebrities, but that's hard to do. It's hard to get, all
bigger
those
than Mr.
people.
Beast.
Yeah, but it's also hard to just get all those people together.
Right.
Like, we were really lucky and fortunate last year to get all those people together. It was just a lot of things happened at once that was lucky for us, and we're fortunate, I should say. And it's hard to pull that off again, you know? These guys have busy schedules. What's their motivation for playing a big poker game, right? They did it once already. How do we top that if we can't get a better version of that game? Well, we started thinking over the last, I don't know,
Bigger.
5 months, 4 months, let's do a $1 million buy-in game. The allure of that, it's never happened before. That hits mainstream. People see that you have to buy in it's one thing to buy in 100,000, but to buy in $1 million, like, that's special, at least to me as a poker fan.
And I know that you've been working on this for a very long time. I was privy to it. But now that you've made this announcement, do you feel the clock ticking? Like, are you going to be obsessed with this for the next 90 days?
Oh, yeah, of course I'm going to be obsessed with it. But, you know, we gave ourselves enough time, at least 3 months, to pull it off and to get all the details together. And so, I mean, look at what we've accomplished in the last year and a half. I think a couple years ago, this would be something that I would want to do, but wouldn't necessarily have the confidence to do it. But now I think that we believe in ourselves and we believe we can do anything that we set our minds to. And we have the reach, we have the network of players, right? We know not only will we reach out to people, but people will reach out to us and say, I want to play this game, you know?
Yeah,
And
I'm going to talk about this in the next hour of what goes into building a lineup. It's stressful. Things are ever changing. You get one key player that might lead to another key player, and I'm going to talk about it on doing it on a Monday. But you're doing it on like level 100 here. How much is this going to consume you? You know, between now and then.
Oh, of course, it's going to consume me a lot. I mean, it's my dream, it's my baby, it's something, you know, Hustler Casino Live has always been my dream, my baby, but this specific event, you know, I've talked a lot about building a legacy. Like, for me, personally, when I do Hustler Casino Live and producing poker shows, it's all about having a legacy. When all's said and done, people can look back and say Hustler Casino Live was the best poker show ever. It was special, it was a big deal. You know, hey, Ryan was a great game runner, producer, you know, like that. I care about that stuff. I want people to be able to remember us a long time from now. And so, yeah, change the game. And so this is another thing that, for me, is a legacy thing. I want people to, years from now, look back and be like, wow, they did the first ever $1 million buy-in poker game on a TV show. And it was a big deal. And they got this person and that person, and there was $10 million on the table. That's what I want people to be able to say when they think about Hustler Casino Live, when they think about me and Nick. And yeah, that's kind of what motivates me to do these things. So, you know, I'm not really worried about anything. I know we'll have players. I know we'll get it together. And 3 months gives us time to organize it, confirm everyone, and get the players to get their funds here, which is one of the biggest hurdles.
Is it a secret who you're targeting, who your ideal players would be, or do you want to say some of the names?
Yeah, I can say. I mean, and I'm going to reach out to these people in the next
I feel like I know
coming
some.
days.
I
Yeah.
feel like I could definitely guess 5
Alan
to 10
Keating has
players.
Yeah, of course. Alan Keating is a
Eric
star.
Person,
of course. Alan Keating and Eric
Hanks.
Person. Those are like, you guys know the big names. You guys have seen our big games, right? Keating, you know, he's going to be here. Like, you know, I'm going to talk to him and make sure that we can get a lineup together. Now, one of the big hurdles for Keating is we got to get a lineup together, and for Eric too, that is suitable for them, right? I can't put together 9 snipers in a game
Can't be jungle
with
man
Keating and Eric. Like, it's just when you have $1 million on the line in a 501,000 game, it's got to be a game where they feel like they have a good chance to win.
Right.
And so.
And a fun
It's not just about can I get 9 people to buy in $1 million. No,
course you
I
can.
can find 9 people. I can go call, you know,
Make
Ben
it all.
Lamb and
Yeah.
and you know Nick Petrangelo
Yeah, they'd all
and Jungle
play.
Man and like they'll buy in $1 million, right? But
That's not the
I need a
you
game
want.
that's entertaining, that's going to be fun, that's going to be action, and that is going to be good enough for the stars that we are targeting, so that they're willing to put their $1 million on the line. And so Keating and Eric are stars, and so we're going to try to put a lineup together that suits them.
I think
but,
JR, right?
But we have
JR
Jay. We're gonna. Yeah. I mean, we know JR can afford it. We know that. You know, we know Nick Airball can afford it, and there's a lot of other local players that can afford it, and that we're gonna try to target as well. So you can guess who they are. We don't need to go through the whole list because these people don't even know yet necessarily that we're doing this. So you know, they're hearing it right now for the first time, and we're gonna talk to them the next few weeks and say like, hey, are you down? What's your schedule like? Will you buy in $1 million? What are your parameters? And we're going to see who's down, and then we're going to build a lineup from there and see what we can do.
I can just say, you want to ask a question?
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, honestly, Ryan, I think it's been impressive what you guys have done over the past year and a half. And, like, just going back and watching the old Poker After Darks and stuff. And I watch a lot of, like, that stuff just because I love watching old stuff. And, like, the pots were $300K, and it was the biggest deal in the world. You guys have had pots that were $1.2 million.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you guys continue to keep, like, topping your best performances, so I have no doubt that you guys are going to, like, be able to put together this $1 million game, which is going to be absolutely insane.
Thank you.
Because I really enjoyed as just a fan, like, the Mr. Beast game is classic. The games with Mickey and all them, the really long one that you did with Keating and all them, like, that was classic because, yeah, it's not 9 pros sitting together playing. No one wants to watch. I mean, maybe there's a special group of fans that want to watch that, but, like, they want to see regular people play for infinite stakes, which you guys are providing, and I think it's cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
remember when it was a huge milestone to have $1 million on the table.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be $1 million in front of every player to start, and that's before they rebuy an add-on.
There might be $1
and
million in the
everything
ante game tonight.
else. Yeah.
Come on,
Do you remember who the first person was to buy in $1 million on our show?
Wesley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Wesley in an Annie game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could happen.
And then we had a few other people after that were in for $1 million, right? Keating was the first one to be in for $1 million in the Mr. Beast game. Wesley was the first to buy in initially for $1 million. Ben then was in for $1 million on a Friday game with Wesley. Hands was in for over $1 million. Keating was in for over $1 million multiple times.
But we're talking about sitting down with $1
like
million.
initial buy-in, the first bullet.
Yeah,
that's
min
bullet.
buy $1 million, short buy $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think other players will buy in for more than $1 million to start?
Yes.
I don't know. So we're purposely making it a deep structure because I think that's fun for the show. Of
course.
501,000 is obviously the biggest game we've ever put together. We've had games that ended at 501,000 but not started. So this will be the biggest game ever on our show, and arguably the biggest game ever on any stream because I don't know if any show or stream has ever started at 501,000. I'm pretty sure it hasn't, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I know games have become 501,000. So this will be the biggest game for us in terms of blinds, but it'll also be 1,000 big blinds deep. So it'll be very deep. Everyone's gonna be minimum 1,000 big blinds deep to start, and that creates a lot of action, a lot of 3-betting, 4-betting, you know, playing a lot of hands, you know, no one's short. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Creates a lot of bluffing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I think it will. You talk about legacy so important to you, and I feel that. what this show is doing is also great for the poker world. It's broadening the poker world. It's getting new eyes on poker, and therefore new people sitting down at poker tables all over the world. How important is that to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. I mean, it gets more eyes on our show, more eyes on poker, which just more people watching poker in general is good for us. You know, if we're the leading show in poker, so to speak, then if more people get into poker, more people are going to naturally go to our show, and then you get more people that want to play poker, amateurs, and that want to try it. And you know, people talk about Chris Moneymaker and the boom that created, and we would love to be known as a Chris Moneymaker effect one day, where, wow, Hustler Casino Live really attracted a lot of people. That Mr. Beast game really attracted a lot of people to get into poker and start playing. And I mean, there's so many reasons we can explain why getting more people into poker is great for everyone in poker. Obviously, that goes without saying. So yeah, it's super important to have an impact like that.
Something I want to talk about that I've seen in the chat a little bit, Poker Go is doing something similar.
Right. We can talk about that, yeah.
They announced it a few days ago.
Yeah, they announced yesterday. So that's interesting. So we've had this plan for months, okay?
Yeah.
And we decided last week we're going to announce this on Tuesday, okay? All of a sudden we see this announcement from Poker Go yesterday. So I'm like, what the hell? What is this? Like, we're trying to make this, big splash. Like, what is going on? So we're like, should we delay it? What do we do? Like, no, let's just go with it. So I called Brent Hanks, who's the Poker Go producer, who's a good friend of mine.
That's not Hanks who plays on the show.
No.
Okay.
Brent Hanks is the Poker Go producer. He commentates. He does their podcast sometimes. So he's a big personality. He's the producer. He's their me on Poker Go, right? He does the lineups. So him and Maury. Maury's more of like the executive producer director. Brent is more of like the putting the lineups together day to day type stuff. So I called Brent and I said, how did this come about? And so we kind of talked about it, and we think that possibly when this idea was put out there initially, that one of the players that may have like known about it might have leaked that and got the idea that way, and went to Brent and said, I have this idea, let's do a really big game where people have to bring $1 million and we do escalating blinds. So their structure is different. It's not a pure cash game. It's a hybrid cash game. What they're doing is, I don't know what blinds they're starting at, but they're starting at a certain blind structure, and it's going up every few hours or each day or something like that, and it's going to last a few days.
I don't like that.
It's kind of like the one drop. It's kind of like a tournament.
It's like a
it's a hybrid. So the blinds go up every certain amount of time. Brent also said that everybody has to bring $1 million, but they don't have to buy in $1 million. They can buy in 2 500K bullets if they want. And then
it's gonna be better.
They're gonna stream their first 3 hours is their plan for free on their YouTube channel, which I think is awesome for poker.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, they're just recording over a few days, and they're gonna put it into No Gamble, No Feature episodes, which will be episodes like they've done in the past. And so they want to give a free sample at the beginning to add the hype. So the difference between that, obviously, we just explained. Also, like, our show is going to be completely streamed live, as we always do, every single day. We're going to go as many hours as possible. I think it's fine to say they're both going to be fantastic. Right, and I want to clarify, us and Poker Go, like, it's not competition, it's not a rivalry, we're friends. We support them, they support us. Talk to Brent all the time, Maury, they're good people. We talk about players. If we have a player that goes to Vegas that wants to play, if they have a player not, we talk all the time. Like, Brent is awesome, Maury's awesome.
They're pushing you. I like it.
Can I tell you one difference though that I really, and I'm being totally objective here. I watch both. I watch all of the Poker Go content.
Yeah.
The thing that's great about Hustler is that you see all the hands. Poker Go, they play like a 40-minute show or something.
For the episodes,
For the episodes, and they're broken up, and you have to wait till next week to see it.
It's more polished.
It's just a completely different strategy.
It's more polished. I like to see the uncensored, the walk away, the walks to rebuy corner. They're both good. Yeah. But I'm just saying,
Poker Go's great.
I like to see like a long stretch of because I want to watch it all.
So we both have different strategies. We're completely different strategies, and that's why it's, we support each other. And so we're going for the 5 days a week live stream, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours, whatever it is, and all on YouTube. So, while it does While it was like unfortunate a little bit to have theirs announced right before ours, when theirs is similar in terms of people bringing $1 million.
got the word million in
It's
it.
completely different. Ours is $1 million minimum buy-in, pure cash game, 501,000 blinds, full table. They're also doing something where you get like a bonus for whoever wins the most at the end. So it's just very different. It's a very unique format they're doing. Ours is a pure cash game. We're gonna go for as long as possible, possibly multiple days, completely free on our YouTube channel. And we're looking forward to just the build-up, the hype, getting the best lineups together. And this is officially going to be, from our knowledge, the first ever $1 million minimum buy-in cash game streamed live anywhere. And so we're excited about that.
And will you guys be picking one person from the chat to put into the $1 million cash game? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, DQ will.
There's chat pros that want to be in this game.
Could you imagine if DQ was like,
Imagine if they gave $1 million to somebody just
I
to
love the
pre-roll
people
it?
that are always like, why don't you guys just give someone $50K to play? Like, we're not made of money.
Right.
We're a small business. We're
I
doing
can barely
fine, but
afford my latte. Are you kidding me?
luckily we have DQ who's doing something pretty cool for Max Payne Monday, but
What's
I don't
DQ
think we.
doing?
DQ has a giveaway where
DQgiveaway.com.
he's putting people. Yeah, DQgiveaway.com. You don't know about this?
No.
He's putting 2 people into a Max Payne Monday,
Really?
2 4K bullets, right?
He's
For each
flying
show.
them out,
flying them out,
out.
hotel, everything.
2 4K bullets.
And so it's a complete lucky draw. They enter on DQgiveaway.com. They just
sick.
have to like follow us, follow him on social media, and
So he's
we're gonna do a drawing.
Like 16K.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
really
it's
cool.
all because
Let's
DQ just
show it.
loves our show, loves
awesome.
poker, wants to support.
Very cool.
Loves the fans, and DQ's awesome. So unfortunately, DQ can't give away $1 million, but 16K is pretty damn cool.
You know. Maybe you can put a chat pro
I
in
mean,
that game.
I don't know. Dairy Queen's, I don't know they're crushing that much. Baskin Robbins probably, affected them a little bit.
Wow, that's exciting.
So-
that is exciting news.
Getting a lineup together just for a normal game, there's so many moving pieces. This person wants to play with this person. Maybe they don't want to play with that person.
Oh, yeah.
Do you anticipate the lineup being finalized like a week before the thing or just a day before? When?
I think a few weeks. I mean, we need enough time we can't be scrambling for this big of a game. So we need enough time where everyone's concrete, money's there, ready to go, not like I'm 50-50. But at the same time, yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces, and you're right, it is hard to make everyone happy and make sure everyone's satisfied with the lineup. No,
It's insane.
I know in my mind who will do it as far as our local players, but I need to then get the non-local players and try to mesh that together or get 2 days worth of lineup. So again, we're going to try to stream for as much as possible. So it could be 1 day, 15 hours, 12 hours. It could be 2 days, 10 or 12 hours each. It could be 3 days. So we're going to try to do as much as we can. The minimum, I would say, is 1 day, 10 hours. That's like the minimum we're doing for this. And just expect big things. This is not... this will be very special. This will be a special event. This will be like no other event.
Will you announce players as you book them or just wait?
I'm not sure yet. It's a good
Okay.
question, but I'm not sure. I think if there's somebody really special, I think we'll announce it when it's confirmed 100%.
Am I correct in thinking that Keating is the key player in the poker world?
Yeah, he's one of
He's
the
one
key
of them.
players for
The
sure.
person's a key player.
Yeah, those are stars, and so we're gonna talk to them and see if they're interested and see if we can make it happen. But either way, we're gonna have a game. I can guarantee that. So I'm putting my reputation on the line. I'm putting my legacy on the line. We're putting the Hustler Casino live name and legacy on the line in announcing this and guaranteeing that we're going to have a $1 million minimum buy-in game in May.
It might be 2 days in a row.
Yeah, it might be early May, it might be late May, it might be 1 day, it might be 2 days, but we're putting our reputations on the line to guarantee that this game is happening, a $1 million minimum buy-in game. And so you can book that, you can mark it down. We're guaranteeing it, it's happening. As far as the specific details, we'll let you know as we get closer.
And it could be 2 days. It could be 1 day of like these excellent gamblers that we're talking about and 1 day of crushers that want to battle. You're open to all of it, right? Just making
Yeah, we're making it happen. It's going to happen. And it's going to be entertaining, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be big, it's going to be action, and we hope that everybody in the poker community is there to watch.
What effect do you think this will have on the poker world? You're doing $1 million game. This goes this goes beyond the people that already watch Poker Go and people that already watch. It's people that don't watch it. Well, this has now piqued my interest. This amount of money. Do you anticipate this being part of what you said, like having a similar to the Moneymaker effect?
We hope so. You know, that's always the goal. The goal is always to attract more people to poker, to get more people interested, to really hit the mainstream. And so we hope so. And, you know, we're just going to do it and see what happens.
I have a question, too. So when you put a game together like that, or the Mr. Beast game, is it hard to then go back to the regular old weeks of just, you know, the Monday show, the Tuesday show? I mean, like, it has to be a come down a little bit.
Of course it is.
You know,
of course.
After that. So just like, how do you react to that?
No, you're right. It is tough for sure. And it's just...
I mean, it just
we got to keep moving.
You're not going to have $1 million game every day.
We got to work.
But
I mean,
the Mr. Beast show was on a Sunday night, wasn't it?
So the next day,
I had withdrawal as a fan.
So hold on, Jeremy. So we finished that Mr. Beast game. It was a Sunday night game, the only Sunday night live stream we've ever done, right? And because we catered to those players' schedules. We finished that at like, I don't know, the game ended at like 4 a.m. or something, okay? We didn't leave here till like 5 something in the morning, okay? We had a game the next day. I don't know if it was Max Payne Monday back then or not, but it was a Monday game, and we had to be here. I think it was a PLO actually.
No.
Oh my God.
It was. This was before Max Payne Monday. This was when Max Payne Monday was born. It was a 10-20 game. I was in it.
Oh, you played?
I had a beautiful slow roll against Aaron Queskin, but the graphics guy hadn't slept or whatever. Like, it was all just, you couldn't see it. And Raver Poker, the commentator, was like, "Why isn't the money going in?" And I was just tanking with aces pre-flop.
I remember that hand.
That's when we started.
That was the next day?
Yeah, that was the next day.
So yeah, we were like, I couldn't sleep after that game, right? Like, I'm just checking all the comments, the social media, retweeting things, like replying to texts, right? Obviously, it was a lot of adrenaline. So I don't remember what time I went to sleep. Maybe I went to sleep at like 7 something, 8. And we had to be here at, I don't know, 12-1 the next day, and then we had to do another game. And it was hard. Yeah, we were tired, but there was adrenaline, and you know, what we do realize is that we kind of have a duty to the poker world, to the Hustler Casino Live family, that, you know, every day of the week, we do 5 days a week, right? Sometimes 6 when there's a Mr. Beast game. And we have a duty to stream all different types of games and sizes and formats, and you know, there's people that just tune in for Max Payne Monday. There's people that tune in for the Annie game, for the big Friday game only. And so we need to have something different for every fan, so that, you know, not everyone is here 5 days a week. And we need to get back in the next day and have Max Payne Monday or whatever the 10-20 game is, because some people live for that. And so, yeah, it is tough when we have $1 million game. How do we come in the next day or a couple days later? But we just have to do it. And it's just, that's part of our plan. That's part of our legacy. We want 5 days a week. We want, you know, 30 hours or more of poker a week. And we're just going to keep doing it. We're not going to take time off. We take off, what, like 2-3 weeks a year max?
Yeah, for the main event and the last week of the year, pretty much. We got a couple more minutes. Anything else you want to say about this $1 million game in May?
No, that's it. I'm going to, I appreciate it. I'm going to go upstairs and get ready for the show. You guys can wrap up the pregame show. And
amazing.
Yeah, we got a pretty fun lineup tonight.
Sure.
J-Bugs, Peppy, Mike X, Ludacris. It's gonna be fun.
Very good.
Francisco,
very good lineup.
Eli. So yeah, have fun tonight.
Awesome.
J-Bugs, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Don't tilt.
Never. Chat pro, never tilt.
All right, guys.
Fold.
More info coming on the $1 million game, but thanks everybody for watching the pregame and, you know,
all right,
reacting to it, and stay tuned for a fun show tonight.
Yeah, congrats and
Thanks.
good luck.
Congrats. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun.
So we got about a minute here to wrap up this pregame show, and then I'm gonna break down last night's Max Payne Monday. I'm gonna do my podcast on this stream. Talk about my best play, my worst play. I played like shit.
I actually have to
night.
listen. I hate to admit this, but I haven't listened to your podcast, and I really want to.
Yeah.
So should I start with today's episode? What's the best way to start?
Just stay
go
tuned.
back through all.
Stay tuned. It's gonna roll right after this.
I'm gonna check it out.
Thank you all for tuning in to the first half of the pregame show. That's the big announcement, $1 million cash game. Everyone has to buy in. That's the min buy in May, it's gonna be sick. And of course tonight we have the ante game, but stay tuned for an hour of me spewing about last night's show, the dynamics, some of the hands, and then we'll get right into the countdown. I'll be in the booth tonight. Get them. We're going to give away 2%, right?
2% chat pros. Let's do it.
Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold. Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold.
Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold. Slow roll. Never fold. Slow roll. Never fold.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Chat Pro. Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold. Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold.
Raise it up. Chat Pro. Slow roll. Never fold. Slow roll. Never fold. Slow roll. Never fold.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Chat Pro.
For the 5th week in a row, and hopefully every week for the rest of the year, here is a video drop of my podcast sessions on the Hustler Casino Live YouTube channel. All right, I'm waiting for the music to stop to get into it. Here we go. Week 6 of 50, back to what it was, the session. So as the 500 or so people who have signed up for my life story told in real time at patreon.com/DGAF poker player already know, I went into yesterday's Max Payne Monday session discombobulated, stressed out, and irritated. I always get bombarded with requests in the days and hours leading up to a Max Payne Monday. Can I sit here? Can I borrow this? Can this person play? And so on. But leading up to yesterday's show, it was much crazier than normal. Dozens of people want to be on the show every week, and there's only 9 seats, and I don't control the lineups 100%, contrary to what some think. I just try to do the best job I can for the show to get views, especially new views, if I can, and I try to be as fair as possible. I do it 1 day a week, and Ryan does it the other 4 days, and we have different temperaments. I'm talking about Ryan Feldman. He's got a perfect temperament for it, for people being needy, high maintenance. He just handles it. Me, it gets to me, and it got to me. In addition to that, I was dealing with some other stuff in the community I'm building, and some stuff that has to do with my hosting gig here at Hustler. So, frazzled is maybe the best word to use. I did record a podcast before I drove into the Hustler yesterday, and that's always at least somewhat therapeutic, but I just wasn't quite ready to play when I sat down, and if you watch, that was probably evident right away, and that's just the truth. That's what this podcast is. It's the truth. It's when things go well, I talk about it. When things go poorly, I talk about it. When I fuck up, I talk about it. And I think that's what most people like about it. It's just the story, and I'm not perfect, far from it. And yeah, before we get to the hands, I just want to spew a little bit more about sessions and the community that I'm building. So I said yesterday I recorded before I drove in. Every Monday I do this. All week long I'm taking notes on my laptop on Microsoft Word, and I usually have 12 to 14 pages of just notes. And then Monday, after I wake up, I make some coffee, and I go through the 7 days that I just lived. And I give intimate details and it's usually between an hour and 90 minutes. And for people who sign up at patreon.com/DGAF Poker Player for $4.22 a month or more, they get that every Monday. And those drops are never available to the public. Basically, you sign up, and then there's this really easy process where you get an RSS feed. And so, say you listen to podcasts on Apple. Well, you're going to connect. You just click a couple buttons, and then where the public will just get my public drops, you're also going to automatically get my life story drops. And most people actually prefer those over the session reviews. I talk about my kids, my crazy life, and yeah. And then also the people who do support my podcast, I have platforms for them to interact on, and that's a community called DGAF Community. And it's not perfect, but it's beautiful. And so if you like crazy life stories, and you want 60 to 90 minutes every Monday of just spew, where it'll get you through your commute, it'll get you through your workout, and then if you like interacting with cool people from all over the world, sign up. And for the last time, it's patreon.com/DGAF Poker Player. And now we're gonna get into the session. This one is called Back to What It Was, and I spoke. The Monday's drop is always called the lead up, and I spoke in the lead up about what I think poker was, and I think it was a social game. I know it was a social game. Old timers will tell you that. I was around when it was a social game, and after the boom, a lot of capitalists came in and started training sites and coaching and this and that, and a lot of people want to turn it into a sport, and I don't think it's. I just strongly believe it's not a sport. It is a social game. If you really want a mind sport, play chess. There's no variance in chess, really. And if you really just want to test yourself, play chess. If you want to play a game and make money, that's not a sport. You got to be social. You got to have soft skills. And I feel like that's what poker was. And then we got away from that with celebrating poker pros that just show up to take from the game and don't give anything back to the game. And now it's getting back to, no, this is a social game, and people are starting to get it. They have to bring something to the table. And so that's what Back to What It Was. That's what the title's about. So Ryan Feldman's gonna run some film for us, and the first thing he's going to do is the introduction. So let's meet the players.
DK. He's going to have to compete for the craziest bald, over aggressive, calling everything kind of guy at the table tonight. Sammy's here to take that title from him. Sashimi at Sashimi Poker.
No, I was just saying.
In seat 2. I don't think I've ever seen her in that seat.
When they did the MRI, they told me, hey, good news, there's nothing in your head.
Yeah.
Lynn.
That was a good thing.
Hello, it's Lynn on Twitter and Instagram.
There was nothing in
I might.
Give her a
You might
follow.
know?
I need Advil.
My God.
I might have Advil.
In there.
Thank you.
What a nice person. She was a great guest on the pregame show today.
I don't want what
Here's the guy, Sammy.
The big bag.
So the real alpha male at the table tonight, it's going to be Sammy or it's going to be DK. They're going to be competing for the highest VPIP. Margot. And if you watched the show, the pregame show tonight, you will know that Margot's going to be buying in deep, you guys. She's buying in deep. 10K she's going to be buying in for. At least that's what she said earlier. Hillary, 2009 Spelling Bee runner-up. That's definitely true. Definitely try to look her up on Google as the 2009 Spelling Bee runner-up, because you will have a lot of luck there. Victor, entrepreneur and investor. And you see Tita back there. What she's doing, she's putting a player's stuff inside one of those Faraday bags. You see that? Each player has to put their belongings in a Faraday bag that cannot broadcast. DGAF, host of the Sessions podcast.
Bye, Raver. Love you, bro.
Love you too.
See you on the other side.
See ya, the bot. Not sure if she's human. Pretty sure she's an android. Programmed by one of our high-stakes players, Mars.
There you have it. That is the lineup. So I just want to talk about it a little bit. I said we're getting back to what it was. Well, I don't know that poker was always a very diverse game. I think that's something we're striving for. And the first area of opportunity is bringing more women on the show and cultivating a nice place for them to play and feel comfortable. I mean, it's ridiculous that anyone would cultivate anything else, but it's just the way it is. So there are 5 women in this lineup, and yeah, it's just trying to diversify the poker world. But you heard people, when Raver was introducing the players, you heard all kinds of chatter. That's what I'm talking about. This is a poker game where people are going to talk and they're going to play fast. That's enjoyable. So a couple things about the seating arrangement. A lot does go into that. I always like to be in the 8 or the 2 where I can kind of get to stuff, and I've talked about this plenty. And so I really wanted DK and Sammy to be faced off against each other because they're so similar. DK had a beanie on, but he's got a bald head and wears sunglasses, and Sammy has a bald head. I really wanted them facing off. I just thought that would be a cool dynamic. I actually had Sammy in the 4 and DK in the 1. I'm sorry, I had Sammy in the 1, DK in the 4, and then they wanted to switch. And I had Lynn in the 2 and Sashimi in the 3, but then I had to switch that. Basically, I try and envision who's going to be interacting well. And I know that DK and Sashimi have a good rapport. And I try and put the quieter players by me because I can get anyone to talk. And so I have Sia, the bot, she is a bot, of course, but she's really growing as a personality, in my opinion. And Victor, I didn't know much about. And then you're always going to want to have the stars of the show in 4, 5, and 6. And so I was going to have DK and Margot and Hillary. And yeah, so 5 women, 4 men, and the cards are dealt. And the number one thing I focus on is VPIP. It's just, before I played on stream, I started commentating on streams, and I never watched them prior to getting this gig. So I knew that the chat loved the VPIP leader. And my lifetime VPIP on the show is definitely over 60%. And I usually have the highest one, and I've been over 70 several times. And that's something I'm focused on as someone who used to be a poker professional, who occasionally, when I'm locked in, can be very good post-flop at trying to handicap it. I've talked about this plenty. So here we are. I've bloated a pot with 10-7 offsuit. Good for me. And there's no fold equity in this lineup. And I get a good flop. It comes ace-10-X with all hearts. I have a 10 and the 7 of hearts. So I have, and I have a stack that should be going in soon. I buy in for 5K and dust it off a little bit. But what to do on ace-10-X all hearts when you have 10 and then the 7 of hearts? Well, you have a lot of equity. A pair and a flush draw is a lot of equity. So in different lineups, you might want to just be shoving that and repping the big ace and hoping to fold out better 10s, pairs between 10 and ace, and maybe even weak aces. Not on Max Payne Monday. When I look across the table and I see DK, no, I'm not folding out anything. A much better route for me with this hand is to check call, because he might go all in with a worse hand. Whereas he would fold it if I went all in. He might jam it as a bluff, or just, you know. So I liked this play, the check call. I knew I had no fold equity. I wasn't going to fold out better, which that's what no fold equity means. And so I liked it, and I got it in, $6,500 pot. I was a slight favorite, and I bricked, and he had ace-9. And he got a little tiny slow roll, but I was pretty sure he had an ace. But then I made a pretty good play. I had a short stack. Something I've done for a long time is sell action when I play on stream. And people like it. That's why they like listening to the Monday drop that I do. They listen to that, and then they get to have all this context for me playing on stage. And they know I was frazzled and trying to get through it and whatever yesterday. But also, they like to have a little piece. And so some people who support me at patreon.com /DGAF poker player, at a certain tier, they can buy my action. And so I go up on stage with 26K. That's kind of been my number for a while. You could easily lose that in an hour, the way this game plays. It plays so big, and that's actually something I need to be aware of. Is the game's gotten too big. Some people, when I've asked them, when do you want to play in the show again, they said, no, it's gotten too big. And these are people that are great characters, and they're outside the poker world, and I need to cater to them more. But anyways, the game is huge. The money game is huge lately, and so I'm gonna play my short stack. Yeah, just for a little bit. I gotta let some time pass before I reload, and I made a really good fold with King Queen to Sashimi's re-raise. It doesn't seem like much, folding King Queen offsuit to a re-raise, but in this game, King Queen is a really good hand, but I just knew she had it, and she had pocket queens. I said, I guarantee you have me dominated, and she had pocket queens. And then I had an interesting hand in a bomb pot. I had maybe $1,200 left, and I had 10-4, and it came Queen 10-4, and I just checked, hoping someone behind me would bet, and then I would jam. It's debatable. So a bomb pot, everyone puts in $100, and then we pay for collection and staff. So I think there's maybe 660 in there, and I had maybe 2x pot. There's merit to betting, merit to jamming, and then also merit to checking and hoping someone else bets. Well, I flop bottom 2 and no one bet. Great. The turn was a 6, and I got it in against Margot, and she had 10-6, so she had me crushed. I said, well, maybe a queen will come. A queen came. We chopped. Just kind of, you know, an interesting hand to think about, I think, in bomb pots. If it's unlikely that people are going to bluff behind you, you might want to start betting to protect your hand when there's already a decent pot out there. But in this game, people are going to take stabs all the time, and just in this hand, no one did. And then I got it all in with ace-4 of clubs on, I flopped a pair and a flush draw, and Sammy, the mayor of Palmdale, flopped top pair, and that's a flip. We got it in. I lost that as well. And now it is time, well, it's obviously time for me to rebuy. I head over to rebuy corner and come back with another 5K, and it's time for my best play. I like to talk about my best play and my worst play each session review, and a few weeks ago I had a few best plays, and I felt like I played pretty well. I don't think I played particularly well last night. Partly I wasn't, you know, mentally prepared, and partly I really rely on not running bad. If I start running bad, it gets in my head, because I went through a year where I just ran terrible. Like if you watch the show and you see Nick Vertucci when he lost 11 sessions in a row, where it gets spooky. You get spooked by the deck, and I had that for a whole year in 2017. And so I call it poker PTSD. It comes back quickly when I start losing flips and getting cooler and this and that. I'm kind of obsessed with variance, and I don't choose to be, and I don't want to be, but I am. So I was proud of this play. However, I'm already stuck, and it's at 109.20, and I'm not sure how we broke it down, but I'm gonna listen along and get to hopefully the first decision point, and then I think it pauses, but we'll see. Ryan, can you roll that, my best play?
And yeah, here, we can go shopping together. I'll help you like find things, enhance your figure.
A camisole he needs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, more of you.
Camisole.
Did we stop, Ryan? Okay, so we're on the flop, and what happened is I raised pre-flop. The game is 10, 20, 40 with a $20 big blind ante, and I opened a 3x. I like this sizing, and I don't need to, it's not that interesting. You can go bigger, you can go smaller. I like just going 3x. It's pretty basic. And I get 3 calls. I have ace jack of clubs, so I have a good hand here. I am trying to VPip hard, and but sometimes you get good hands and 3 callers, and that means $530 in the pot. 4 of us in there for 120 each. That's 480, and then you got 50 coming from other blinds. So the flop comes 10-7 deuce rainbow with 1 club. I'm not a big fan of continuation betting into 3 opponents, especially these kind of opponents. Maybe if it was, ironically, if it was like a tougher game or a tighter game, maybe I want to start barreling now. But no, I'm just going to check and call, to be honest. With ace jack of clubs on 10-7 deuce, 1 club, everyone checks, okay? The turn is a good card. It's the 10 of clubs giving me the nut flush draw, and I'm almost positive no one has a 10. And just because, no one seemed that interested in the flop, and I likely have the best hand. Sure, someone could have me beat, but I'm going to start betting to, protect my ace high, and I was right. I'm sorry. Okay. Now we're going to run the flop.
Victor, you were saying something about playing a hand blind on day 6 of the mains. What in the world? I feel like we need to hear this story. Okay,
I need to hear this story.
Start to finish, please.
So day 6 of the main, 50 players left.
Okay.
I have like a top 5 chip stack.
Holy fuck.
And just like riding a heater, doing well, feeling good, like overconfident. And I try to get my whole table to play a bomb pot.
Okay, so yeah, now we got the turners at 10. What you notice there is Lynn and Victor having a nice conversation, being social, and Lynn also asking a question that she thinks will be interesting for the viewers, and it's about Victor on day 6 of the World Series of Poker main event, top 5 chip stack. He starts playing dark, and he forwarded me that story on Twitter, and I said, that's good enough. You seem to get it, that poker is not life and death. It's a fun game, and let's give you a shot on Max Payne Monday. So you heard that going on as you're watching the action. So here we are now, 10-7 deuce rainbow. No one likes it. Turn 10 of clubs. I'm gonna bet 300 into 530, and probably take it down, and maybe someone will call, and if they do, I have a lot of equity, and I won't be able to bluff many cards, but I will be able to get value should I make a flush or a pair. And so yeah, 2 people call. It's DK and Sashimi, the 1 and the 2. And it's interesting. Sashimi almost certainly has a draw here, and I never really know what DK has, and he's just awesome. And now we got $1,430 in the middle, and I feel like I have the best hand with ace high. That's Max Payne money. That's this amazing lineup where people are loosey-goosey, as Dan Negrano would say. And okay, so now we're gonna roll the river, which is a brick.
Nobody agrees, surprise, surprise.
Wait, why wouldn't they? I mean, you guys are playing for pennies. It's not like the money matters.
Exactly. So I come back from dinner break and just raise blind. I think like under the gun.
Do they know? Does everyone know you're raising
Everybody
blind?
knows. I announced it to the table. I told them like, if nobody plays bomb pot with me, I'm just gonna raise blind.
What you guys have?
Folds around to the big blind, and she's like, oh, I'll play blind with you. If you're playing blind, we'll play blind together.
Probably not telling the truth.
No.
She was.
Okay, so that story is interesting, where he's trying to get the table to do a bomb pot on day 6 of the World Series of Poker main event. You love it. You gotta love it. The guy gets it. This is what life's about, just being ridiculous and having fun. And you know, sure, it's a prestigious tournament, but I really enjoyed that story. And of course, some dirty nit took advantage of him and said she was playing blind as well and wasn't. It's pretty funny to me. But anyways, brick out on the river. 10-7 deuce, rainbow, turn 10 of clubs, pick up the flush draw, 4 of something that's not a club. Brick city. Should I bet? No. This is, if someone had a small pair, they're not folding on this card. I wasn't planning to bluff these two opponents. So I'm gonna check, and maybe my ace high is good. DK thinks and checks, and with, how much is in there? There is $14.30 in there, and Sashimi now bets $1,300. What the hell story are you trying to tell, Sashimi? You checked in position on 10-7 deuce rainbow. The top card paired. You called. You overcalled. So, do you have a good hand? No. Wouldn't you be going for value if you did? And now a 4 peels off. You're telling the story only of pocket 4s for value, in my opinion. And it seemed like she had a draw on the turn as opposed to a bluff catcher, which pocket 4s would be. And also, if you do have pocket 4s and you made a boat, why are you betting so big? And this is poker. It's, first of all, what story is she telling? It's not a value tale. And second is, and part of that is her line, right? Like what? She checked back flop. She just overcalled turn. She would be way more aggressive if she had a good hand. And now she's betting such a big percentage of the pot after both of us have showed a ton of weakness. So what does that mean to me? That means she wants us to fold. Now, second consideration. Okay, I'm gonna call Sashimi's $13 bet with ace high in a 3-way pot. What do I think DK has? Well, I didn't think he had anything, so I don't have too much to worry about here. Maybe he has a small pair, but her betting basically pot, me calling, even the great DK is gonna have to fold a small bluff catcher. And so I thought it through correctly. I'm happy to play well against Sashimi and other people that are really trying to win in this game. I don't really try and play well against DK. I don't really care to. But in this spot, I'm losing. It's easy to say, well, I don't know, maybe she has something. And that's lazy. That's just giving up in the hand. Nope. Sometimes you need to raise in this spot. If she bets small, maybe she's going for really thin value. And if you can rep something bigger, you need to raise because you know, like you might lose to her, whatever she has. But no, this seems like she had a draw as well, and she missed. Ace high is going to be good against her. He's going to have to fold. I called the 1300. He did river a 4, DK did, and he folded it. And that's a nice hand of poker, in my opinion. One of the few bright spots of the entire evening for me. So it was kind of cool. And it's always kind of, it's nice to win a big pot with ace high, and it's nice to get Sashimi, who's been on kind of a heater, and she's turned into kind of an animal on our show. We want her to come out of her shell, and she's all the way out, and so it's nice to put her back in there a little bit when you can. She's formidable in all ways. So now comes an interesting hand against DK, where I'd called an open with king 9 off, and he went huge. He doesn't 3-bet that often, and he went huge, and I don't know, it folds around to me. I have king 9 off. We're playing the 7 deuce game. I talked about this, that I've made so much money on this stream when there was that bullshit cheating scandal. I won so much money when people had 7 deuce because their sizings were abnormally large. And I said, eventually someone's gonna take an abnormally large sizing with the nuts and it's gonna trick me. And that's kind of what happened here. I didn't love it. I think if it's someone else, I just fold. But I'm always happy to give this gentleman action. And I just called. I kind of wanted to reevaluate on the flop, which with like not much left. Definitely if it came out with a deuce or a 7 and not a king or a 9, and I didn't have the right price, I would have folded. But it came 9 high, and he went all in. He had aces, and it's debatable. It's when you're playing this. If you're not playing the 7 deuce game, you obviously just fold pre-flop, and that's the beauty of the 7 deuce game. And now I'm stuck $10,000. Good for me. Okay, and now I raise with ace 6 of diamonds. It's a good hand. The robot drinking. So you see Sia with a cup like this. That's actually oil in there, and she just needs it for her, her parts. And she 3-bets because the computer tells her to. And yeah, I'm gonna defend with a suited ace on stream 100 out of 100 times. I'm not deep because I just keep going over to rebuy corner, getting 5K and coming back. I'm stuck 10. I got another 5. Okay, fine, see ya. I raised to 200. She went to 800. A call, and the flop came 9-7-5 rainbow. And there's a diamond out there, and so I have a gut shot and backdoor nut flush draw, and I check, and she continuation bets, and even robots have tells. They do. They have live tells. Robots do. They must be programmed with them. But I knew she didn't have any of this, or I should be reluctant to use the word new. I strongly suspected she didn't have anything on this flop, and so I sent it in, and she snap called me with ace jack of hearts. And so, I still have equity. I can catch, I got 7 outs and I got a backdoor flush draw, but yeah, it's not, most players are gonna be folding ace high to that jam, and I didn't sell it well, probably, but it's definitely how I would have played a pair in a straight draw, and she just got the best of me, and it's back to rebuy corner for DGAF. And some nights you're getting a lot of exercise from your seat over to the rebuy corner, and this is one of those nights. I'm down 15K, and it's affecting my mood. It was very warm when we came in here, and it's something, I don't know, I'm just gonna have to deal with. But I was irritable and more irritated, now down 15K, and also in the back of my mind, okay, B, you've been crushing on this show. Do not be a baby right now. Stay social, laugh, have fun with Hillary. It's nice to have Hillary back from the poker hospital. And yeah, so now I'm on my 4th bullet, and I only have 5, and I have 7s, and I raise, and Lynn 3-bets me, and it's all in or fold. And one day I will have some wealth, and when that day comes, I won't be folding 7s in this spot, but that day was not yesterday. I'm on a comeback in life, financially and otherwise, and remember, I only have 5 bullets. I want to make it through the whole show, and so I folded, and it turned out she had 9-6 offsuit. So good for her. She kind of had committed to calling it off, and she's gambling. And then I lost a pretty lame one to Hillary. She just fired with like second pair, and then made aces up on the turn, and yeah, and then I got it all in with ace king against Sashimi's jacks, and I won. That was nice. I had a little over 6K, and then it's gonna go right into my worst play. I didn't play great yesterday on stream, and I'll be the first to admit it. And I'm also not going to be incredibly results oriented, which is rare for a live poker player. When a live poker player wins a lot, they played great, and when they lose a lot, they played horrible. I think it's always somewhere in between. There's some, yeah, when you win a lot, you do play better, but maybe you're playing better because you're winning and the stress is off, and then when you're losing, you play worse because the stress is on. And here we go. This one is, there were plenty of choices for me, but this one's pretty bad. It's at 311 if you want to go back and watch it, but Ryan's going to roll it right now. And Ryan, just tell me where you stop it, please.
she was lying,
Anyways.
but I believed her. I believed
Of course,
her.
I believe her too. Unfortunately.
I would
Flop
not.
comes like 2 clubs, all low cards. She just says, oh, just check. I'm like, okay, we're both playing blind. I'll just check. So we check. Turn comes another club, and she bets like 3 million into like 1.2 or 1.5. So I said, okay, I have to like check my cards now. So I take a look. I have a flush draw, open-ended straight draw, and a pair.
Okay.
So I just jam all in because she has like 1.5 mil behind.
Yeah.
She snap calls. She has like a jack high flush. I'm drawing dead, and I lose like 30% of my stack.
Oh wow.
It tilts the hell out of me.
I was confused. I was like, man, this guy's story is going on forever.
Somewhat attractive, like in the middle of the road. That's
Okay, that was the end of my best play. Here comes my worst play.
fishing for compliments. Sashimi, I'm coming for that stack. Now that I have some chips, some chirping and some chips. Good luck. Thank you. You too.
Okay, so the 80 is on. I've been the biggest proponent of straddle, maybe in the world. I used to write essays about the straddle. Theoretically, an ante is better in a no-limit game, but in practice, the straddle is better. People are just happy to do it. They don't like the ante, and you appease those people. And straddle's kind of cool. Like straddle, there's camaraderie to it, and I made straddle shirts. But we do. This game used to be 10-20, no limit, and I was the one who got the straddle on the 40, but now people are just looking at it as a 3-blind game, and now they want to straddle to 80, and that if it's just a game I'm playing in, I'd be all for it, right? I want to kick it up always and get more action, but as someone who's organizing the stream, I don't like it because I know how other people feel about it. It makes the game too big. It makes it like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday game, or sometimes bigger. But what am I gonna do? You know, all I do is I tell people at the beginning, if you want to restraddle, go ahead, but please don't try to encourage others to do it. It never works, and I don't know what to do about it, but I do know that a lot of people that I would love to have on the show, I think are amazing characters outside of poker. They've expressed that to me, that the game's too big, and they say it's too tough, which I didn't see. As soon as they said it was too big, I saw that immediately. Yeah, it is. It's huge. People lose 50K, win 50K. Like, that's not what this game's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a game where an actor or a musician can come and play with 10K all night and have fun and bring new views and bring new people to the poker world and to our show. And anyways, so the 80's on, I raised to 200, and Victor Lee defends. And this guy is just, I don't know if he brought views, but also as the game organizer, I just appreciated him so much. Just like his energy, like it's very chaotic, and he was the least. I was just surrounded by serenity with Sia and Victor, just not needy, just low maintenance, just good. I don't know, but I really like this guy, and yeah, so I'll probably want to bring him back. And I don't even know how great for the show he is. But I really liked him. So he calls, and he's been having a rough go of it, and so have I. And I've got the range advantage. That's what we're gonna say here. As the pre-flop raiser, it comes ace, queen, 4, and there is 490 out there. So everyone else folded. There's 90 in blinds, dead money. Put that in the middle. Put our 200 each. We got 490 in there, and it comes ace, queen, 4, and he checks, and I decide to bet 140. I think this is fine with your entire range on this. You know, when the flop favors you, it's fine. You're gonna fold out small pocket pairs, and you're gonna fold out equity. Like king high might be good, but you're gonna fold out 10, 8, or what have you, and it's fine. And he calls, and this is kind of a small bet, big bet strategy that I've been employing for a long time, and others do as well. when I only use it as a bluff, because it works so well to get people to fold. Why would I use it for value? And yeah, now, you know, some people studying that are gonna play on the show can use it against me. Go for it, I don't care. So he calls the 140. It's ace queen 4, and there's 770 in the middle, and Ryan roll the next card.
It'll be
140.
fun. Fight to the death. Let's play until someone has it all. That's Nick Garbo would say.
Okay.
Like a tournament. Yeah. I'm gonna take those greens and then I'm gonna start working my way to the whites.
Okay, so the turn is a great card if you're taking this small bet, big bet approach. It is a brick. And so unless your opponent turned 2 pair, this is winning time. And before I get into that, you heard Hillary telling Sashimi she's gonna take her chips. There was just a really weird energy at the table. Sashimi has a really good heart, and I think she's just gotten a little carried away, and it bothered some people last night, and you heard that, and that's just the story. I'm not gonna pretend it's not, and that's okay. We'll coach her up, and if she wants to make the adjustment and get back to being the person everyone loves, she can, or she can be. It doesn't matter. She can be whatever she wants. But you just heard that, and so here we go. Small bet, big bet. There is 770 in there, and he checks, and I bet 400. What the hell? This is pure spew. This is, you know what this is? This is balance. This is something that makes very little sense in live poker. If you want to get value, you massage the pot. If you want to bluff, you go small bet, big bet. And I was balancing what I would actually do if I had an ace, a big ace, is I would bet 400 here. Balance is stupid in live poker. So if I'm going to bet this with king 9, sure, sometimes he has a queen and gives up, or you know, a few other hands, you know, 4 or 5, something like that might give up. But really, I'm targeting one pair that and a player who's having a rough night, and so this is when you got to go bigger than the pot. And I went half pot. It's really bad. Theoretically, it's fine. It's repping what I want to rep, but it's also giving him a price, and no one's folding top pair to half pot to me. So he calls, and let's roll the river, where I somehow managed to outdo myself and play even worse.
4. Check.
Okay, so the river is a 4. Maybe the worst, aside from an ace, the worst possible card to bluff. And he checks, and there's 1570 out there, and I bet 1400. It's almost like he asked to borrow 2,000, and instead of just me giving him 2,000, we played this hand. So bad. He doesn't love it. I am telling a good story, but it doesn't matter. He's going to call on this card because he doesn't have to worry about his kicker too much unless I have ace king or ace queen, and I massaged the pot with king high all the way through, and I like max puked. I just max spewed. My flop bet is fine. Turn, if I'm gonna bet, needs to be huge, and then you just got to shut down on this card. Maybe if the river was a king, that would be a fantastic card for me to bluff on, even though I just made a pair. I could, rep ace king. Yeah, so just really, really bad, and I'll be the first to admit it. I'm not trying to play my best. If I tried to play my best, I probably wouldn't have a seat on the show. That's just how it goes. This is a fun show, and but you have to also recognize when you punted. That was a 2K punt to Victor. Nice guy. It's fine. Pocket kings, no action really. Pocket deuces in a good spot, miss. I raised Hillary. You heard her. She's got chips now. She got chirping chips. Well, you're gonna go after the person who has chips now. They're deep. They probably don't want to lose it. She just got released from the poker hospital, and so I raised with Ace Jack on 6, or I think it was 7-3 deuce, and Lynn cold called. And Lynn's gambling, and so she knows what I'm doing, and now like I just need to make the best hand against her. Hillary folded. The turn's a 5. I have no recourse at this point. Anything she had, even if she had a draw, has a pair, and we just check down and she wins with 5. But I lose another few thousand there. Then I had small pocket pair against her 10s, lose more. I missed a flush plus 2 overs. It's just one of those nights where you can't get anything going. And then I all in with Queen Jack of Hearts, and pretty good spot, 3 ways against pocket 9s and 10-8. I have to believe I was the equity favorite there, and just brick city, and Lynn wins with the 9s. And so then I messaged, I was taking lots of breaks to loan people money and whatever else, but I messaged the people that had a piece of me and said, after the 26K, I'm actually gonna buy in more, and you guys won't have any of that percentage. And I lost more. I played 58% of hands, but which is low for me, which probably sounds silly, but I was up from the table a lot, and that counts against your VPIP, I believe. And yeah, it's just, it was a shitty night. I lost 38 on stream, and if you're not a Patron yet, you're gonna wanna hear what happens after this. It's interesting. It's a turning point one way or another in my comeback, a big one, and you know, you gotta sign up to hear that. That'll be, you know, next Monday, we'll drop that, and that's, you know, patreon.com/DGAF poker player. Last thing I want to cover before we wrap this up are my goals. I strongly believe in having goals, and I have 3 of them this year, and the first one is 0. I want to get to 0 debt, and last week I was at 127.5K. Man, if I just won on this day, I could really start chunking away at it. It went the opposite way. I'm still at 127.5. I want to win 35 times on stream. I want to win 3 out of 4 times on, 7 out of 10 times on stream. I got my second loss this year on stream. I've won 4, lost 2. And then the last goal is I want to weigh 219 or less. I'm 6'2", and I could be less than that if I had a different life. My life, I work every single day and night, and no time for exercise really. I do what I can with some fasting, and just hopefully making decent choices. We started the year off at my high point ever in weight, 257.7. Got it down to 250 last week, and this morning I was in the fetal position. So I'm just gonna, Ryan, we're just gonna have you eyeball it. How much do you think I weigh today? Yeah, I was 250 last week. What? Really? You think I lost 11 pounds in a week? Oh, sick. He says I don't look fat. All right, first good news in a while. Thank you all for listening, and stay tuned for the anti-game.
Raise it up. Raise it up. Chat Pro.